take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up your feet, that's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah, it's podcast time.
Welcome to another episode of Fine by Me. Nick, where you at?
Thanks for all the enthusiasm there, Josh. This is Fine by Me, and this is how you introduce a podcast. What's up, everybody?
We're coming to you live right at 5 o'clock when me and Nick, I guess, are done with work, and Josh woke up from a nap.
I'm in a bad mood.
On the wrong side of the bed.
So I downloaded ChatGPT this week, and
Me too.
I'm snacking. I'm over here. I got my Hormel pepperonis over here. I'm snacking on, and I typed in ChatGPT. I said, "Write me a funny advertisement for Hormel pepperoni," but autocorrect changed it to an advertisement for horseless pepperoni. So here it is. Introducing the latest innovation in snacking. Horseless pepperoni. No nays, just favor galore. Say goodbye to horsing around and embrace the meaty revolution. Your taste buds won't know what hit them because it's definitely not a horse. Unleash the pepperoni without the naysayers. That's pretty funny.
Unleash the pepperoni.
Yeah.
We had, speaking of ChatGPT and horses, my daughter was at the house this weekend, and she said that she wanted a horse-themed Hawaiian-style restaurant menu, and it made this whole menu up, and it was horse-themed dishes, but Hawaiian-style meals. It was pretty it did every course.
Horse meat?
No, it was just horse-inspired.
No.
Like the names were like thoroughbred tiramisu or stuff like that.
What?
It sounds like these are horse-based dishes.
Well, horse inspired.
What's a Hawaiian style?
Like pineapple. It was like some pineapple
okay.
dishes, with chicken, and then they had spam and eggs for an appetizer. Just some weird stuff. I don't know.
It sounds good.
What do y'all think about ChatGPT and the entertainment industry, with music or jokes or movie scripts?
It will at one point music's going to be in big trouble. I don't think that movies and whatnot. I mean, at some point, some amount of time in the future, I think yes, everything's going to be in trouble. But I think imminent trouble is probably
even us.
Yeah. Imminent trouble is probably music and just automated things like McDonald's, stuff like that.
What's that video?
Will Sasso has a podcast called Dudesy.
Yeah,
and Dudesy is an AI that writes all the prompts for the podcast, and it also makes these crazy videos and these crazy songs and stuff like that. And the first
I've seen some of those clips.
The first 5 episodes, Will Sasso is totally against it. But then after episode 6, 7, he's like, okay, this is pretty freaking sweet. Yeah.
I've watched it a few times. I like it all right. Will Sasso, I loved him. And what was he on Mad TV?
Yeah. Louder Milk.
That was my big inspiration today for improv was Mad TV. I loved it.
Yeah, Mad TV's
loved it.
Mad TV's good. It just ended, didn't it? It was on Fox, I guess. It was the competitor to SNL.
I don't know.
Watching this. I didn't ever watch it as much as SNL, I don't think.
It was always a little raunchier than SNL.
Was that the one, Mrs. Swan? That was on Mad TV.
She looking like a man.
Yeah. And what was that little boy man's name? Whatever.
Yeah. Look what I can do.
Yeah.
I can do. Who was the person that played Stewart?
Oh, Michael McDonald.
Oh,
Michael McDonald?
Yeah. He was the guy in the Austin Powers movie that got crushed by the steamroller.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Michael McDonald was a singer, for the Doobie Brothers.
Well, that's the thing about them names, baby.
Especially Michael
two people.
And McDonald.
Michael Myers.
Mike Myers.
Two guys.
One's fictional though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that Michael Myers movie where he was
And totally different than Mike Myers.
engaged to what he thought was a serial killer, but it ended up being, I forgot what that movie was called. He was engaged to a woman and like all of her boyfriends died, and then he thought she was a serial killer, ended up being her sister.
Well,
Yep.
I don't know what that is. Never
I
heard
don't
of it.
either. That was a burp, I think. I don't think it's going to have that, like you said, with like movies and stuff, because you still have to have creative, like, movie scripts. He's eating pepperoni and chugging Pepto Bismol. Do you see
Jesus
this?
Christ.
Tired of your taste buds waging war on blandness? Say hello to Pepto Bismol. The culinary knight in shining green armor. Banish boring bites, conquer taste bud uprisings, and restore flavor harmony with every spoonful. It's not your average remedy. It's Pepto Bismol. Pepto Palooza for your palate. The only upset this Bismol cures is the one where your taste buds aren't partying. Bow down to the Bizzle brilliance.
Did you do that or was that chat too?
That was on the back of the bottle.
What?
That's the back of the bottle.
Oh,
No,
shit.
that was Chat GBT, baby.
Oh,
He's taking over.
Nick has like the quintessential newly divorced guy diet, eating pepperonis and following it directly with Pepto Bismol.
I've been buying large packs of ramen noodles, Tostino's pepperoni rolls.
No wonder you're drinking Pepto Bismol.
Yeah, you hurting right now, bro.
I went to Roosters. today and got the hottest sauce they had available.
Wow.
That'll hurt too.
Dude,
I like the pain, brother.
What's the hottest stuff
Trying
y'all
to
have ever
feel
eaten?
something. What?
Y'all ever done that chip challenge? Like the
I
hot
would.
chip?
If y'all
We need to do that one day on the podcast.
I got a have you guys ever watched the Hot Ones?
Yeah.
Love it.
The one that's always before last called the Bomb.
Yeah.
I've got a bottle of it and it just tastes like battery acid. And it lingers forever. I mean, I just put like a little bit on my tongue and I mean it was there for at least 2 hours.
Like, why do people want to eat that shit?
I don't know. I love hot stuff, but I like it to have like flavor. I don't like it to just be hot,
Yeah. I don't
I like jalapenos and habaneros and
I'll do a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce. That's about it.
Oh, I like hot stuff. I just don't like that hot of stuff.
I'm a pretty vanilla kind of guy.
Yeah, you're pretty white.
Yeah, that's fair. I won't argue with you there.
Hey, before we move on, I caught this like 2 weeks ago and I forgot to bring it up. So sorry, Utley. I'm gonna call you Utley from now on, Travis Utley.
He Rav.
I don't know you in person, so
I don't either.
That's my homeboy, baby. I love it.
Him.
He knows him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know him.
What's up, Nick's buddy? He asked if we had to break a Guinness World Record, which one will we attempt?
Okay, first thing that comes to my mind, I feel like the easiest to attempt would be something like pop the most balloons with your ass.
I don't know. That's kind of tough. Do you get to have like something needle on the end at the side of your ass or what?
Like just your cheeks squeeze?
No, I think it's just underwear and shorts. I think that's all you get between you and the balloon, baby.
All right. Josh,
yeah.
What are you thinking, Josh?
But I could drop this thing. I mean, you might not know it, but I could drop this thing.
You do got a damn wagon on you too, dude. You got a damn tater wagon back here.
Check us out.
I see it. Let's see it. You gotta wear tighter pants.
Bunch of balloons.
Yeah, you gotta wear tighter pants. Show that thing off, man.
Dude, you know who I just got like a striking resemblance whenever you turn around like then? Sam Rockwell. Do you know who I'm talking about? He's an actor. You have to look him up. Pull him up.
From his back.
Oh, I do know. He was in Galaxy Quest.
Just how he was acting then, like the backing up and his turn around with the shirt tucked in and the mustache. Like I just got a glimpse.
Oh,
like
Galaxy Quest. Yeah. Galaxy Quest.
Sam Rockwell, shout out.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
Sam Rockwell.
For some reason, my mind went to Sam Elliott.
Oh well.
He's also in Charlie's Angels.
He is in Charlie's Angels. That's right.
He's in a lot
quite
of
bit
stuff.
Mm-hmm. He plays
Yeah,
a
he's
good
kinda like-
villain.
It's kind of like Steve Buscemi. Ugly
shows
guy,
up.
good actor, in a lot of crap, not real great looking.
I wouldn't say he's an ugly dude.
I would say Sam Rockwell.
He's all right looking
Good
dude.
looking fella, I think.
Yeah.
That's a little gay.
Now I'm gonna
I
have to
don't
put him
think
on
so.
screen so people can see what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't think he's a bad looking fella. I just gave you. I just
mean,
told
I'm
you that
sorry,
you
Sam.
reminded. That you
I'm sorry,
reminded.
Sam, if you ever see this, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, ugly as hell.
Nah.
He was in. Oh look, we got the same mustache in that middle picture right there.
That's I
Roughly.
know. You know what? Have you ever seen the movie The Green Mile?
Dude, I was about to say that because
The
me and
moon
my
pie?
stepbrother, when we rented the Green Mile from Blockbuster Video or wherever, and our whole family was watching it, they had that one inmate that they didn't get his sponge wet when they electrocuted him.
Yeah.
And so he just like burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
Like he caught on fire and everything. And then Sam Rockwell's character was in the jail cell and he was singing and he made up a song. He said, "Stanky Panky, pew and pew. He was a French fried Cajun named Delic. Wow." And me and my stepbrother died laughing for
I
like
get
10
tickled.
minutes.
I get tickled. I was thinking because whenever I see like a damn moon pie, I think about that scene. He's sitting there in that cell, just like staring at that dude. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "I'll give you a nickel for that moon pie," and he sells it to him, and he's choosing. He leaves it in his mouth, and that guard walks up to him, and he just says, "Hey," and comes here, fucking smashes, and moon pie goes all over that guard's face.
I haven't
He
seen,
was
I
wild.
haven't seen Green Mile in a long time.
He
I
was
remember
where he
the-
needed to be. He was a fucking degenerate.
I remember the sponge thing, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, they didn't wet it good. You're right. And they just fucking smoked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's fucked up.
I always
Walking a mile, boss.
I
Walking a
thought I
mile.
could probably do that. You ever seen that guy that crushes cans? And he does it on like a beat. He's like crushing cans with the back of his heel.
Yeah.
I could probably not. I probably could knock that out. I could probably.
I bet you used to
whatever
play
that
hacky
Guinness
sack.
record is, I could probably do that.
Were you a hacky sack player?
It's a good question, Josh.
I played a good amount of hacky sack.
I could see you being a hacky
Yeah.
sack guy. Called that. There's that big ass dog.
Yeah, she's still here.
I think my Guinness Book of World Record attempt would be standing on one leg the longest. Like the longest amount of time. Like bouncing. Just stand up.
Well, I guess you would. I mean, you'd still have to balance. It's not like
I can do it a long time. I mean, I'd take my leg off and hop around this whole house at nighttime, you know?
I mean, you've had more practice than everybody, but I guess that's the way every record is, though.
You got to practice, baby.
I don't know.
Chop your leg off. Compete with
There's
me.
people that do planks for 8.5 hours. You know, I'm the standing on
Able-bodied.
one leg. That's a good something to look up right there. Standing on one leg. What's that record?
I think this may be something I can break. We might go for
I don't
this
think
this
so.
year.
But
Damn. all right.
record for standing on one leg. Pull it
Yeah,
up,
it's with
Jamie.
2 screens. Handy.
76 hours and 40 minutes.
Fuck, dude. I'd have to wear a fucking diaper.
That's a little over 3 days, bud.
Holy shit. Who the I bet that was somebody Russian or some kind of crazy
It was
fucking
in 1997. It's in Sri Lanka.
yeah. Some kind of crazy. They have the
Asian.
power of Buddha or some shit.
Yeah,
Asians.
Suresh Joachim, I think is how you say that.
Well, dude, have y'all heard? I mean, probably not, but there's like these Buddhist monks. I don't know if they're even Buddhist, but like towards like the end of their life, like they like make themselves like a hole, like not like a hole, but like this little room that they like pretty much like a living tomb, and they'll just sit there like in tranquil, like,
Catatonic.
yeah, like a catatonic state for like years, man, and not eat or any drink, not eat, drink, go to the bathroom, anything. And they'll just sit there and just waste away. And like they'll still be alive, but like their heart will still be beating, they'll still be breathing, but like they can just like zone out.
Huh. I thought you could only you could go like 3 weeks or something without food, but you can only go 72 hours without water. Or
Well, that's what makes it crazy. Like some of them people like hundreds of days and like still be alive.
Y'all hear
Yeah.
that?
Once you get so far Zen. What's that
Speaking of
going crazy
Zen,
back there?
Right.
y'all ever tried any Zen before? Like the pouches?
yeah.
That seems to be a
Love it.
fucking.
Yeah.
I still haven't done them yet. I quit dipping a year ago. I'm afraid if I put one in, I want to dip again. Is it 6 milligrams? Is that what that means? 6
Yeah, I like
milligrams?
I just like regular Camel Snooze better than that, man. It's not the Zen's not
Snooze.
strong enough for me.
You know what I like better than Zen though is Grizzly Wintergreen. Introducing Grizzly Wintergreen, the ultimate thrill for your taste buds. Because
What is that, vodka, Wes?
Who needs a
it's just
snooze
water.
when you can chew Wintergreen Blues? It's not just a flavor; it's winter wonder tobacco laying in your mouth.
God.
Embrace the frosty freshness and let your taste buds go on a wild toboggan ride. Warning: may cause polar bear envy. Keep it grizzly. Keep it wintergreen.
Okay. What was that, Chat GPT 2 or?
Yeah. Yes, it was, Wes. I appreciate it. Thanks for asking.
It's just dangerous, you know.
I'm just making sure, man. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
You think he has the mental capacity to just rattle that shit off like that?
I do. I have a lot of faith in my boy
Well,
Nick.
I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you not having faith in me standing on my one leg that I do all day, every day. Anyway,
For 76 fucking hours?
I could do it.
Yeah,
Can you imagine
I
the
just
kind of
knew
mood
that
I'd
there
be
was
in by
some
hour
little-
11?
I just knew that there was some little Asian, military guy that was like full zenned out. There's monks out there breaking the sound barrier with their zen.
Could y'all imagine me about 7 hours in, how my attitude would be?
Terrible. Awful. Awful.
I was do a quarter-mile walk to an arena to watch comedy. You're like,
Everybody.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
damn.
going home. Going home.
Man, I get so pissed off.
Speaking of Dusty Slay, funny enough, because I know that's when that happened. But y'all are talking.
I get so pissed, man. I do. I got a short fuse.
I rewatched I think it was last week's episode, and I was like, man, I'm literally just like Dusty Slay. Like if you watch me, I'm like doing this and like
touching your shit all the time.
doing this.
It's like a nervous tick, probably.
Trying to bring you home.
Yeah, man.
That was what I was thinking the whole time I was watching. I was like, it looks like I'm on like cocaine or something while I'm doing this.
Everybody has a thing.
Especially whenever I'm here alone, and other than the dog being here or whatever, I'm in person. I can like touch Josh or like make hand movements. Touch Josh's leg. Touch his bad leg is the one that's closest to me, so I got to touch the little leg. But
I like it.
I might be his best leg.
I miss the physical touch. I will say.
Josh, do you know who the Titans fanatic 1545 might be?
No, I do not.
Is this last week's episode?
Is that his email?
I don't know people's handles just off the top
well,
of my head.
I just want to know that because this guy, this is last week's. He said, good show, guys. Josh, you should have done your paper as Sarah Connor. Court Justice versus Terminators. I assure you, your teachers would have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what paper he was talking about, but
it was Sandra Day O'Connor in the 5th grade, and then Nick said, "You mean Sarah Connor, like Terminator?" And I was like, "No, like the Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor."
But to watch them battle it out, I mean, that would have been the English paper to end all English papers.
It would have been epic. It would have been epic. I was pissed off. I got a woman for my thing. I think that's what it was. Even in 5th grade, I didn't want to do a paper on a woman. I wanted like Ulysses S. Grant or some kind of shit. And I got
talk about man stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk about war.
Yeah. Why don't you? Hey, look. If you let me do Hitler, I won't even have to rent a book from the library.
That's right.
It's all up here.
I am a very avid
I can
Hitler.
spitball for 45 minutes. Okay.
It's crazy.
Josh bought me a Hitler book for Christmas. He's trying to also get me into Hitler. So I don't know.
I don't agree with any of his doctrine.
None of it?
None of it.
None of it. He hadn't looked deep enough. I'm sure there's something y'all agree on.
Yeah, there's got to be something. There's got to be something.
He did love Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola. Do you know that's why Fanta was invented, Orange Fanta? Because during World War II, we quit shipping Coca-Cola over there, obviously. So they invented Fanta.
They invented Fanta?
Yes.
They replaced Coca-Cola, though. That's a odd.
Well, they couldn't figure out the syrup. Instead of putting cocaine into soda, they figured they just give their troops meth and let them run all over the world.
Hell yeah.
Obvious choice.
obvious, easier to make. I wonder how they were making
Yeah.
meth back then, because you didn't really have. Did you have batteries like AAA's and whatnot?
Oh, they just it was like Adderall is what it was. I mean, it wasn't like meth that like people make in their backyards or like in their kitchen now. It was like pharmaceutical
Oh,
appeal. Like
I wonder how
got,
they were using it. Snorting it.
I think I think they were snorting it or it was a pill form. I know like Hitler was on like all sorts of shit whenever he died. He had Parkinson's disease and all sorts of shit.
yeah, I know he was on all kinds of amphetamines.
Yeah, the war literally killed him. Like like the stress and shit. Like he like developed like nervous tics and like irritable bowel disease and all sorts of shit.
This is gonna be
Oh,
something
yeah.
I'm gonna speak out of pocket on probably, but Josh, you might be able to take it over. I was watching something on YouTube about Hitler and whatnot, and who was it, Stalin or whoever like was big into the SS before all of that happened, before World War II. It was like really during World War One, and
Rommel, maybe.
they found like Hitler was like in jail, and well,
Yeah.
now whoever this communist guy was looking his who he wanted to put in power for some reason was a 14-year-old redheaded girl, and he could
Hmm.
not find one. And then
Yeah, I don't know.
Hitler would be next best, and they were like, well, he's this real timid guy, like
Austrian boy artist.
Austrian. He likes art and shit. And they were like, oh, I'll make him into my guy. And then that it
They
kind of
groomed him.
his delve of him starting to drug Hitler up and turn him into the lunatic that he ended up being.
Well, like Hitler's doctor, like his personal doctor, was just like a yes man. Like he would give him like whatever. So like he would just tell him what he wanted to hear and give him shit to make him feel good, right? Like
Might have been
the dude
Lenin.
was starting
You
his
thinking
day
of Lenin.
with cocaine and fucking meth. You know what I mean? Like first of the day, pretty much. So just he always slept late. They actually the one of the battles, I can't remember which battle it was. I think it may have been the Battle of the Bulge, maybe. But
Mm.
Hitler was asleep like whenever they were getting fucked up, and like all of his people were so afraid of him, like they didn't want to wake him up. So like they went like 4 hours without making any decision.
Dang.
I mean that might not be the right battle, but that is like something that happened.
Yeah, I can't
Watch.
remember. I've watched so much stuff on YouTube here lately, trying to get at least some chops in there to hang with you on this history stuff, because history's always been my worst subject, to be
I
honest.
watched a 5 hour documentary on Ulysses S. Grant today.
Good
It was really
God.
good. It was good.
Good God.
I just
Yeah.
watched Fury for the first time.
That's a good one. That's a
That's
good one.
It is a good one.
About the tank.
Nothing historically accurate in that movie, but very good.
No, but it does. It gives you the old
It-
American goosebumps there.
It shows the shitty side of the war. Like all the movies we usually see of World War II with the Allied forces, like us, like doing good, like us winning and
Yeah, that's
fucking
kicking
shit up.
ass. Yeah.
And Fury shows the shitty side, like like the emotional fucking like I guess like draining and damage, like losing your buddies and fighting like the whole because they start out like in North Africa, they fight all the way through together, like those people in that tank.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Did you turn your light off, Josh?
No,
It got real dark over there for some reason. Either
Yeah,
way,
speaking of North Africa, turn your light on.
there we go. How's that? Is that better?
a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what. It was.
Something I was going to bring up that I don't remember where I saw this at, and that's why I was trying to read it before getting on here. Was there was this guy named Albert
Excuse me.
Nobel,
Yeah, Nobel Peace
and
Prize.
or Alfred Nobel, but he did a lot of work with like creating nitroglycerin and like creating dynamite, yada yada yada. He made a lot of, at the time, what would be, I would say, considered weapons of mass destruction. He had over 355 patents in explosives and synthetic materials. And at some point in 1888, Ludwig, one of his brothers, died of a hemorrhage.
Mm.
And they printed in the newspaper, "The Merchant of Death is dead," because they thought it was Alfred. And this caused him to like kind of turn the other cheek, I guess. He didn't
Yeah,
want his legacy to be um just all death
violent.
air and explosions and whatnot. So over like the next years before he passed or whatever, he bequeathed over 94% of his fortune to set up the Nobel Foundation. And I thought that was interesting because there's not really anything peaceful or noble about where all that money came from. It just came from death and despair.
Right.
This guy just wanted to have a better legacy than what he was going to have, because I think he controlled over, yeah, he was highly affluent, owned over 100 factories that made explosives and munitions whenever he
Do you
died.
know that
So
if you
94% of that went to the Nobel
whatever it is, the
Foundation. It's just called the Nobel
foundation,
Foundation, I think. Yeah.
they get like $1 million if you win in a prize, or you get paid. It's like almost like $1 million, like 900,000 or something.
I find it really funny that Barack Obama got one of those for as many drone strikes as he did. But
Yeah, he got the Peace Prize, didn't he?
It
yeah,
started with death and destruction, and that's how it was celebrated as well. It sounds like.
yeah, yeah.
The guy that started DuPont was the same way. Like he was like considered like a
What's that?
merchant of death.
DuPont
Do it.
isn't a paint.
Well, it is, but like he started out like making like gunpowder and like ammunitions and stuff, like World War I and World War II.
And he just decided one day, I'm just going to be making paint instead.
Well, he makes chemicals. It's more chemicals and like adhesives and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's because World War One, like he did that, and like he pretty much felt the same way as that guy, and everybody talks shit of like, no, fuck y'all, y'all talk shit about me and this and that. I'm like a whatever, and he finally said, yeah, okay, I'll have to help you, or they're gonna fucking take over the world.
Some people said he created acid rain.
DuPont, I think his name's Charles. I think Charles DuPont.
Who did DuPont?
Chuck. We
Chucky.
called him Chuck. We used to call him Chuck.
I call him Charlie. Charlie DuPont.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie DuPont.
Charlie DuPont.
Charlie DuPont. It's funny.
You need to put your beret on.
I wonder what all. I mean, Josh, what kind of wars and stuff would have the Nobel stuff been involved in? Because he started working on making his positive legacy in 1893. So that would
have been like the like all those wars, like with the Ottoman Empire and all that shit, like
Spanish American.
Well, but like all that shit, like in Europe, like busting up the Ottoman Empire and like all that, like Prussia and that shit. Like I would assume, because Germany had two Reichs before the Third Reich, which was what Hitler was.
Is that why they call it
the Third Reich? So there's a First Reich and a Second Reich of Germany. And that's whenever, because that's, if you'll look back in time, like whenever like ancient Rome and stuff, when they talk about fighting the barbarians, they're talking about fighting Germanic tribes. Like if you look back at their history, most of our, I guess not really ancient wars, but older wars were all started in that area. Like, like Warsaw, Poland, if you think that's why it's called Warsaw. I mean, there's always some kind of conflict going on in the Eastern Bloc. That's pretty much like the gateway to the Iron Curtain or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but they've always been fighting.
I've been over there. Okay.
You have been over there.
They're fine now. Okay.
Doing all right.
I've laid with women over there, and they're lovers. Okay. These people are full of love. They give their bodies freely. Do you tell them you're American?
Is it true over like there? Like they don't have like near like the national pride like we have. Like there's not like German flags like flying everywhere and shit. Like we have like American flags everywhere.
I came up on a big pro-Ukraine rally while I was there. Probably 1,000 people in this town square. November 22.
Oh yeah, it was right before the war started.
That was
the war started in January, didn't it? No, January of 22, I think. Is that right? It's been going on for a fucking minute.
Yeah, forever it seems like. I mean, 2 years now.
Hey, y'all are paying for it.
Coming up on 2 years. Y'all.
Yeah, taxpayers.
You think I pay taxes?
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Josh, your old lady's got a bum in America, and she's supporting some fucking asshole over in Ukraine too. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's right. That's right.
Man, there was this lady. Speaking of Ukraine, there was this lady that was on the Daily Show. We've already talked. We talked about this last week. I guess Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart, yeah. Did you watch it last
Daily
night?
Show? I did not.
I didn't either. I wanted to, but
they were
forgot.
talking about the U.S. like the whole reason we're in Ukraine and like funding it is because that's the fighting is done by the Ukrainians and they're the ones that get killed. We're getting all the perks from it, but none of us have to die. Is pretty
Well,
much what this lady said about it. I can't remember what her name was, but she was on talking to Zanny Mitten Bedows.
What
Her
kind
whole,
of perks are we
her
getting?
whole, I'll be honest, I mean, she's got a pretty good 5 or 6 minutes of talking to him, maybe even more than that. And it's scary the way that she talks about human lives, in my opinion.
Just like
human.
just like our war machine making money, like our arms and ammunitions department over here making money off of it. Is that what?
Oh yeah, I mean that's pretty much.
Receiving?
That's pretty much the perks that we're supposed to be seeing.
Raytheon and stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild how like the fucking military can like train like anybody to like think of, because obviously to kill somebody else, unless you're just like a fucked up person, you have to like dehumanize that person that you're killing, because obviously they're just like us. They're fighting for, a damn government or a country. So they can just like it's just wild to me. Like the whole thing of like just the whole thought of like warfare is just a terrible thing. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's just like us, like having our soldiers. I mean, I'm not a soldier. None of us have been any active duty. Whatever.
I appreciate them all. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And but like they all, like a lot of them will come back and they can't
cope.
They can't reintegrate into society because they've been over there and seen untold horrors pretty much.
Well, they train people to run towards fucking gunfire. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, how can you come back home and work at fucking Office Depot and not expect to fucking snap every once in a while? You know what I mean?
I'd probably snap myself if I had to work at Office Depot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they got these people working
Josh,
in call centers all day.
We wake up from a nap.
Dude, I snap all the time. I snap.
Snap out of that nap, baby.
Hey, dude, this is my damn normal attitude all the time now. Fuck it.
Ever since I lost that leg, I had to stop drinking. This is my attitude.
Ever since I quit drinking, I become just a fucking serious guy.
What a blessing to be around.
I used to like not ever really get mad, and then I quit drinking. And then it's like, fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like now though, like I just have to deal with my feelings, and I don't know how to do that, so I just get mad about it.
I was gonna say that's always been the cornerstone of my personality is that I don't really get mad. So you're saying if I quit drinking,
I think it had to be there. I was a little. I've always been a little high strung. I've always been a little wound tight.
Oh, okay. That's definitely not me.
Yeah, you're pretty laid back.
Chrissy
says you can feel my energy in a room sometimes. Like if I'm putting off like a negative attitude, you can just feel it, just fucking draining the fucking life out of everybody.
Jeez, that's a hard thing to hear.
I say, well, I'm fucking succeeding at what I want to do. Damn,
it's a rough thing to hear.
Hey man,
dog, this horse will not figure out. Go, come on, get it from under.
She told me the other day we got talking about something. I said, I sit and think about like my life and stuff. And she goes, I said, then I just realized it was me. And she goes, well, if you think about it, she goes, you're divorced. She goes, you've never been able to really keep like a public job, like working for other people. I don't like authority. I don't, you know what I mean? It's just like, I'm just like naturally contrary. Like, I don't like schedules. I don't like nobody telling me I got to be somewhere at a certain time. Like, I just don't like it. Like, I just want to go against all that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I think because people on the internet that always talk, they talk about people just wanting to be contrarians or wants to play devil's advocate. That's why I try not to do that stuff online, because I would rather, if I'm going to play devil's advocate and know that I don't believe what I'm saying, I'd rather have that conversation with like you guys.
Right.
Like if me and Nick disagree on something, and not even disagree, like if he's saying something, I just want to play the other side just to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. To get a reaction.
Not really even to get a reaction, just so that I can know exactly how he feels about it,
See, I like the reaction.
Boy, I tell you what, he got a reaction out of me all week over that Taylor Swift shit.
I know. I was watching. I loved it.
Biscuits.
It had me just entertained.
I'm trying to double down on it every chance I get.
Mainstream media has got a hold of Wes, our main conspiracy theorist analyst. They got a hold of it.
Yeah, I think that. CIA offered me some money. All right.
No.
They saw we were getting traction. They were like, all right, let's slip this guy a couple $1,000.
It
doesn't take much to pay me off, to be honest. A couple grand.
It didn't take much, did it? let me pay your rent this month. Okay.
If I pull into Josh's like next week when we finally get to see each other again, and I have like a Hellcat or something, you're gonna be like, "What
Hellcat?
A Hellcat in a Swelsey jersey.
Swelsey.
What's Swelsey?
Get out decked out in a Kansas City jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, Swelsey,
Swelsey,
like in
yeah.
Swift and Kelsey. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it. You got it.
Woo.
Some dude
Comedy.
posted a video of a woman. She was in a Swelsey. She was in a Swelsey jersey, and they were at a Detroit. They were at a Detroit Lions game, and they're like, "This is the wrong fucking game." I'm like, yeah, but that's probably the only jersey that woman owns. But yeah, it's still funny.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Fine by Me, Nick's mobile podcast.
Well, I mean, at the Super Bowl, Post Malone was there wearing a Cowboys get up.
Yeah, he was. I'd have wore some Dolphin shit if I was singing or something. I wouldn't wear their shit.
No.
My old starter jacket.
Yeah, I'd be out there in my turquoise and orange.
I love starter jackets.
They're coming back.
We went to a Yankees Red Sox game when we were about 23, 24 years old. And I wore like slacks and like a flowery, real nice paisley button-up shirt and like these Mexican dress shoes that had a real sharp point at the end of them. And the people we were sitting next to was like, "Didn't anyone tell you we were going to a baseball game today?" Like, these were strangers, and they were like, "You look like an idiot." And I was like, "Yeah, but I feel good. I feel good."
You say, I don't need this shit to look like that, bud. I just like this shit.
Yeah.
Did you feel good, huh?
Yeah,
Rick Moranis was there.
I love wearing like floral shirts like in wintertime, just like because it just livens up your spirit, man.
Hey,
Maybe I should do that every day.
Both of y'all born and raised Kentucky? Neither of y'all
Yeah.
Tim born elsewhere or anything?
No.
No?
Here.
All right.
Just here. What about you?
I
born-
was born and raised in Southern Kentucky, so
One county over.
one county over.
East, by the way. East, the way the crow flies.
Yep. East.
Oh, man. It's not official yet, but I bought some land in Allen County.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
My
Where?
buddy officially bought 16 acres, and then I'm buying 4 off of him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're going to build a couple barn dominiums out there.
Make sure you make room for a Fine by Me podcast studio.
Oh, yeah. Right out by the chicken shed where we do
Right
all
up by the outhouse.
Yeah. We do all the. You know
What time's
I mean?
your play practice?
I got play practice in about 13 minutes.
That's okay. Well, all right.
So that's why I'm
Hey,
walking
I've got one thing left before we cut this episode too short. Is I promised everybody I would talk about cryptids, at least something. And
Let's hear it.
Idaho Springs, Colorado. There's a Cornish.
Is it close to Idaho?
I don't know. A Cornish legend brought to the United States when miners first worked in Pennsylvania and then made their way west during the gold rushes of the 1800s.
Ooh.
So this was before child labor laws. There were miners working in West Virginia.
Well, I mean, it's funny you say child labor laws because let me continue on. These are dwarf-like creatures which knock on the walls of mines to warn of a cave-in, point to riches, or cause a cave-in, depending on the legend. And they are called Tommy knockers.
That's what I call my ding dong.
I've heard somebody say
Hey, my
Tommy
ding
knocker
dong.
before, and I was not prepared for that to also be called Tommy knockers. And there you go. It's Tommy knocker. He's got a little scimitar he's got in his hand there or something.
All I see is the background. All I see
Yeah,
is the
that you
wallpaper.
did on Microsoft Paint or something.
What?
Yeah. Did you draw that?
What are you talking about?
We just saw your background.
Background. Yeah.
Your desktop.
There you go.
Okay. Damn, that's a scary son bitch. Y'all ever seen the show The Outsider on HBO?
I've seen The Outsiders,
Speaking
like the ones with that snap.
I need to watch it.
Speaking of Galaxy Quest with Sam Rockwell, that looks like those little creatures off of Galaxy Quest that were miners. You remember them little guys?
Dude, this reminds me of that show, The Outsiders. You need to watch that shit. It's on HBO Max. It's like a limited series. Jason Bateman. It's about the boogeyman. It's badass.
This is a TikTok. Can we watch a TikTok on here?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Holy shit.
My kids would love that. My 4 and 5-year-old love scary stuff. They'd eat that up.
They might be a Tommy knocker.
What the fuck is this?
You watch your mouth.
Okay, I'm done with that. That's
Pretty scary.
That'll creep me out and make me lose some sleep tonight for sure. Hey, what are you doing? You barking at these Tommy knockers? All right.
New slur just dropped.
That's what our fans are going to be called. Is
hey, that's a good one, Tommy
Hey,
knockers. What's up, my Tommy knockers?
Tommy knockers.
Golly. It
I love
doesn't sound good coming out of the mouth.
I like it.
Something wrong about it.
We gotta have
Oh, I
T-shirts
think-
made to say Tommy knockers.
I do think we just found a name for the fans.
Yeah. What was that? What was that guy's name you said earlier? Not Travis Utley, the other guy.
Titans
17.
fanatic, something.
Yeah, Titans Fanatic and Travis Utley are our first Tommy knockers.
Yep.
Oh, and
Couple
Sean
ti-
White.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
we got
we've
3
got a-
Tommy knockers.
We've got a few other comments on YouTube. Those are the
T-Rob.
ones that
T-Rob's a
actually
Tommy
ask
knocker.
questions.
He's a Tommy knocker. Yep.
T-Rob's a Tommy knocker.
Yeah.
We need to start trying to get some guests on here.
We got to meet in person before we can do that. It's been a
I'll
damn
work on
while.
Bradley Tabor. Bradley Tabor sent me a message the other morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. He's like, man, I had a dream the other night that me and you were coaching a kids league basketball team, and all the basketballs were flat, and we didn't have a pump. And I was
That's
like, man,
funny.
that's funny.
Sounds like my life.
Yeah. Coaching a basketball team with flat balls.
Yep. Well,
One more thing. It's funny enough. It's kind of like a it's kind of like a life lesson type of thing. You know how everybody always says life gives you lemons,
yeah.
but lemons have never been naturally occurring. They're the mix of a citron and a bitter orange that we.
So like we had to make those.
Yeah, so we created our own lemons.
Oh, I like lemons.
Yeah, I mean I do too, but the thing, it brings like a whole nother meaning to the saying like life gives you lemons.
Because we
Not
gave
really
life
life
to
giving.
lemons.
It's not really life giving you lemons. It's you're giving the lemons to yourself.
Yeah.
That's
So to
true.
all you Tommy knockers out there, go out there and make your own lemons. This is Nick Cook.
Be positive like me. Have a great day.
W.
This has been fine by me.
Later, guys. Love you.
See ya.
Take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up your feet. That's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah. It's podcast time.